Hi, this is Greg McCoach, editor of the Mining Speculator. I'm here today with Kevin Keough, President and CEO of Evergold Corp. And we're here at the 2020 September MIF, the Metals Investor Forum for September. Kevin, welcome to the MIF.
Thanks again. Good to see you again there, Greg.
Yeah, no, you and I have been talking here. We both have met at the MIF. You and I, of course, have a connection with GT Gold, which you were involved with, and one of the bigger discoveries in the Golden Triangle in recent years, and still quite an exciting story.
It is.
But now you're working on multiple very exciting projects in BC as well, and in a bigger way. And so that's what the purpose of this interview is today, is to really enlighten some of my people and others who will watch this video what you're doing and how you plan to have success. So with that being said, I would say, based on what I understand, out of your top 4 projects, the Snowball is really your primary focus. Is that correct?
Actually, no, Greg. It's kind of split between Snowball and Golden Loin, very much so. You
Right.
recall we did an IPO late last year in October, and it was actually based on both flagships. We really couldn't decide which we preferred.
That's right, yeah.
They both have, positive attributes. So that's where it is at the minute.
Yeah, they both seem like, they have so much boots on the ground evidence that we should drill. And these projects are drill ready and offer quite exciting exploration potential.
Well, when we last spoke last fall, we hadn't, of course, initiated our phase 1 program, but we used the IPO funds to do that this summer. We ran a phase 1 drill program on Snowball and on Golden Loin concurrently, although the Golden Loin project got going about a month behind the other one in terms of drilling. But we have, and I think I recall saying that we would hit on both these properties. And we did hit.
You did.
We definitely did hit. What I can say is it was a little disappointment in the market with our first results from Snowball. But what I tell people is that's very exciting what's going on there, because if you've seen where we drilled from, we drilled on literally the highest point on the entire mountain. And we believe that system is intact, and we're just scratching the surface of it. It's not been eroded, because if it had been eroded, it would be down there in the drainages, and there was no historical work. So we think the system is intact. And for anybody who wants to spend a little time, just look at where we drilled. We're on top of it.
Right.
We have hundreds of meters below us of virgin ground to test. And at Snowball, Greg, we really didn't even have an understanding of what the orientation of the structures were, because you couldn't see anything. It was so weathered, the rock. And now we do. And I can tell you that the early results we produced in August this year, narrow high-grade intercepts, we actually think the structures are much broader than that, because we think we've been drilling more or less parallel to the structure that we first targeted, and we need to be drilling perpendicular to it.
Oh, okay.
We've been drilling the envelope around the high-grade core on that particular structure, but we think the mountain has several cores, several high-grade structures, and we need to get new pads in place and drill it.
Yeah, when I've been on projects like this in the past, it often requires building those very strong helicopter pads so you can get the equipment in there.
Yes, and that's what we have to do. But the point is, at Snowball, it's very early days, and we're just scratching the surface. So next year will be important.
It's exciting. Yeah, it's building. You're building a case. And how are we doing for money? Where are we at in the treasury? How's that happening?
Well, we announced we're doing a financing right now, which I expect to close very soon. Obviously, we raised enough funds on our IPO last year. That was $3.5 million, net about $3 million at 20 cents. And that was all devoted to Snowball and Golden Loin. So we've done that, and obviously we need more to continue.
Right. to get to the next step. You've proven what you wanted to do. You did hit.
Yeah.
Now you're gaining further understanding, which is part of the discovery process.
It is, and I think so. Snowball is going to rapidly develop next year. It is the kind of play that made the Golden Triangle in the early years. The Golden Triangle was known for high-grade vein plays going prior to KSM and prior to Red Chris and these bulk tonnage. Historically, it was high grade. That's what we have, just starting to unfold at Snowball. Golden Line, I must tell you though, that's north of Benchmark Metals, you know, which Eric Sprott has put a lot of money into.
Yeah.
That is going to develop very fast and is quite exciting. We haven't released any results from that yet because we don't have them yet, but we will get them probably after the middle of September. But what I can tell you there is our modeling of our own geophysics work, which we're still doing up there, coupled with Newmont's work, indicates we're just on literally touching the fringe of a much larger body. So it should get exciting pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. You know, I've agreed to do these interviews with you because I like you as a person. I consider you a 6%er, as we often say in the industry. You know, I like following the people who have had success in the past, and you know, you tend to not only find one economic discovery, but you tend to find more of the 6%ers. So kudos to you that you're one of those guys in my view. And so yeah, I'm very close to making a recommendation in the newsletter with your company. It's very exciting what I'm hearing, what I've seen so far. And you know, how about the weather? Did you have weather problems like some of the other companies up there?
Yes, like I'm sure a lot of people have told you, it was about the worst year in 20 years up there. It was a major impediment to Snowball, for example, our program there, where it was unusually foggy and rainy and windy, but foggy, which on that particular property prevented us flying a lot. We had drill crews that could not get off the hill for 36 hours straight.
Oh my goodness.
That's right. So we lost, actually it took us 50% longer than we anticipated to get the same drilling meters in.
Yeah.
Golden Line is much different, more moderate topography. It's further inland. It's not so affected by the coastal weather.
Yeah.
And our productivity over there was much higher. So they balance each other, but we have two properties that I think are going to deliver. I can tell you Snowball will deliver very big numbers as we start to drill into the guts of the system. Right. It's going to, because we've actually sampled that material in outcrop on the surface, and now we've hit some of it in the early going in core. Golden Line, I think, is going to be a combination of bulk tonnage with high grade, moderate. The current geophysics, I can tell you we're doing there is positively exciting for what it suggests in terms of the scale of what Newmont and ourselves have just been drilling. We're just on the side of it.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for you guys. This is the moment I'm jumping on board now. So,
well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. You know, these projects have a lot of, there's a lot of concentrated activity, especially in northern BC.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's all focused on just 3 months, really, and even less sometimes. But, you know, it is rich geological real estate. And although it's relatively expensive compared to Mexico, say, to drill, once you're into a discovery of merit, you can really drive your costs down. It becomes you know, it's a question of economies of scale. Right. And we saw that at GT with Saddle. Once you get stuck into a big discovery and you really put the meters in, your meterage costs really drop.
Start dropping.
So, Okay. So people want to pay attention now. There'll be a seasonality factor. We do have a couple of other really nice properties as well. But this is the real deal, and I think it's going to deliver for us and shareholders.
Yeah, I think now's the time, timing wise for me, it's time to jump on board. So you're going to be a recommendation in my newsletter, and I'll follow up.
Well, thanks.
Once it's done, I'll send you a copy of it so you can send it out to your people.